Let me know. Are you counting? You gonna see that thumb go up. Hey. You guys are locked right here to JTV. I'm your host, Jazmin Anderson. I have such a beautiful audience here today. I also have a special guest. We have ESG in the building. And let me let you know, ESG, you guys, when I found out ESG, what it stood for, I mean, I was a little shocked. So
scared?
No, I wasn't. But ESG, the first part is every day, right? Every day. Hold on, I got the other one. Every day serving God, or everyday street gangster. So I was kind of happy I got to look up what the ESG stood for before I got to have you on the couch.
Already.
You know, and it's just beautiful you being like a hip hop artist for so long. You know, like, what is it like? What would you say the difference is between having to keep your name like out there in such a long period? What would you say is like the formula to doing that?
I mean, I am a brand, you know, myself as a whole as a brand, you know. When I was young, a teenager, I wanted an acronym for my name. So that's how I got the ESG. Okay. That's what. And what we did every day was everyday street gangster, you know. But I was raised in the church, so of course, every day serving God, you know. Became an entrepreneur, so it's entrepreneur spin the game. If I'm hungry. Egg, sausage, and grits. Look, I'm catching all that. You weren't ready for that.
Egg, sausage, and grits. Okay, you can make it kind of.
There's so many more. But in life and business, you have to evolve. So, you know, so my thing is I've always been ahead of the game. I was ahead of the game when I came in the game. Yeah. And I stay ahead of the game.
I was 3 years old when you came in the game.
Yeah.
And you still in the game. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, look, you can teach me something so I can stay in the game. So
the good thing, I was raised around music. You know, my mom, my cousins, they were from Cali, New York. Oh, wow. I had some cousins DJ'd. They used to bring down WBLS. People might not know what that is. So tapes.
You gonna tell us?
That was the mixtapes from New York. That was real big. Okay. My other cousin Tori, he used to work with TDE, which is Kendrick Lamar label.
Okay.
For people that don't know. And back then it was more like a DJ Quick sound. So they was all older than me, producers. So I was embedded in music. Once I heard the Ghetto Boys, I couldn't get to New York. You know, it was too far from me. LA. As a little kid, I'm from a small town called Bogalusa, Louisiana, right outside of New Orleans. And I used to look on the back of the tapes and the records as a child and be like, I want to, you know, be in the entertainment industry. And it was so hard for me to get those places. I couldn't get there. So I attended USL, moved to Houston, put it down, swinging the banging.
No, that's for real. And the fact that it came from the South Side and you helped putting that out there, like Chopped and Screwed, and like bringing just a new flavor to hip hop. Like that's just legendary in itself. So what would you say, like life, you know, life is always teaching us something.
Of course.
What would you say life is teaching you like right now?
Oh my God. Every day is a challenge, every day. Life, how can I say, the business, you become so intertwined in the business, like I was as I started as a kid, pretty much. All of us at Screwhouse, we were just a bunch of young kids. We came out here freestyling. A lot of them was still in school. You know, I had just graduated, and you'd think that we didn't understand the business. We would just want to be heard, just rapping. Didn't know nothing about contracts. Didn't know nothing about the publishing. Didn't know nothing about production. Know nothing about the writing. So I wrote, like, you know, a lot of people don't know, but I wrote "Wanna Be a Baller," that hook.
Okay.
You know, I got songs on Drake, Hypha with him and Lil Wayne. Okay. That's one of my songs. Now that I know the business, it's so much easier. You know what I'm saying? So I try to tell young artists today, you know, they be so eager to give you a CD or just sell something out their trunk, but
there's so much more to it.
Business has to be done first. So, you know, I'm just happy that I'm still, you know, alive and breathing and free, because we've lost so many people in this game, man, and I've learned the business. So I know the business. So now I get to create music, help others create music, and benefit from the music that you created, especially with streaming and everything that's going on with entertainment now. You get a new rental car, there's not a CD player. Most people listen to music on their
Everything
phone.
is digital. Seriously.
Digital. So all my music is registered. I try to get all my youngsters and upcoming artists to get their music registered. So it doesn't matter where you at. So if you drop a song, if you drop a verse, and it's getting played in London or LA, anywhere, and it's gonna register, boom, 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 jazz, jazz, jazz. So it automatically registers. So all the hard work is out the door. So
it's easier now. Once you know what you're doing, I think life is so much easier.
Right.
I think that's the difference between like being successful and not, like you knowing the formula to be successful, or you knowing certain things. It makes it easier.
Right.
You know, so the fact that you're able to give people knowledge in the industry, I think that's beautiful. So you know, JTV stands for Journey to Victory. So like in your journey to where you are right now, what would you say has been like one of those trying times, like a struggle where you almost felt you wasn't gonna make it, but you really shocked yourself, like I made it through this?
I mean, I've been if I could put my story on the forefront, it would be, I hate to say that, it would be amazing, but oh man, where I'm from, you either work at the mill. The population is 13,000 in Bogalusa, Louisiana. You either work at the mill, basically that's it. If you don't work at the mill, you're not a superstar athlete, which I was a great athlete.
Yeah.
And I went to college to play sports, but music is what, what's my driving force. But where I'm from, very few people make it. There's a movie called Deacons of Defense. People looked that up. That's from my hometown. It was very segregated. Blacks didn't have a chance at all. My mom, I used to work with my mom. She used to clean houses, and people don't, a lot of people don't know these stories, but a lot of my friends be asking me like, why you don't eat enchiladas?
Wow.
And I used to be like, because as a child, I used to clean the enchilada trays, and I used to be so mad because they were so greasy. That's just my story coming up, but education is key. That's number one, and that's what guided me, to use my brain and intelligence to go to college, to learn the different levels and things you need to know in the business to survive and to be successful. Because so many young artists out there, you could go viral quick. You just throw a bunch of money, a bunch of guns, put it on Instagram.
Basically doing something really crazy, you can
become famous
really quick.
But you don't understand the business of the game, you know what I'm saying? And the game. And so you have to know your business, and that's what it is. So I'm blessed, I'm humble,
really
God is good, and so I'm doing music, movies, whatever it is, comedy.
And I saw you working on a movie recently. Let us know a little bit more about that. What was going on?
I got one called Screwed Up Christmas that's coming out for Christmas. I did another one with Jeff Shelley and 39 Cents, some great comedians, and Grade A Media, Skrilla. We got one called Sunday in Houston. So if you imagine Friday, how Friday was with Q and them, just imagine a Sunday in Houston. So that's what it is.
A Sunday in Houston. So what is a Sunday in Houston?
Oh, man,
for people who have not been in Houston or just not know.
It's slabs, barbecue. Slabs, not slabs of barbecue. Slabs are what we call our cars. The old schools, the Cadillacs. You see they're called swingers, elbows. You know what I'm saying? It's a uniqueness to it. It's authentic, and
cool. For you to
that's
highlight that.
H-Town. That's what we do, and it's a culture that's embedded in the world. Everybody does it. A lot of time you think of the Houston culture, a lot of people try to think of screw music and H-Town, and they always want to just connect us to like the double cups and all that.
Yeah,
but it's so much more than that, And the fact that an artist like a Drake come back and reuse your music, the Travis Scotts that are using this music. Beyonce is coming home and using the kind of Jay-Z is in tune with what we're doing in H-Town, and the culture just growing and growing. So
That
it's
is.
time to bring Hollywood to H-Town.
Come on,
Not
and we
just the
bringing
music.
it. We bringing it.
You know, Sunday in Houston, and Screwed Up Christmas, we had over 150
Wow.
actors and actresses in the city of Houston. And a
that's
lot of people
awesome.
leave Houston and try to move to LA and
Come
be
back.
struggling, trying to be an actor or actress or director,
We like here in Houston.
screenwriter.
Look.
Everything is right here. That's what
That's
it is.
beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Wow, JTV.
That's awesome.
You feel me?
You know JTV. Hey, look. For real, for
ESG
real.
on JTV. You feel me?
No, for real.
So,
So what would you say in hip hop? What do you feel like is missing right now?
leadership, leadership. So many young kids feel that they are entitled and they don't understand, just because you hear a song on the radio, you think you're a superstar. There's so much more that go with that, you know what I'm saying? And this is a business, and so many things get overlooked, from producers to DJs to engineers to
I'm sorry, say that again. The DJ.
they get
Like
overlooked
DJ
because people are sitting at home in front of their computer. And they create a song, right? And they feel they don't need anyone. So the value and the essence of hip hop and music and just the art form in general has been diluted to it's almost like you got to snap back to reality. And that's what we trying to bring back with the culture and bring back with the music, because you want to, if a person comes up to you and they give you a CD, right? And it just scribbled, just their name wrote on it.
Sure.
They didn't put their heart. They didn't put they all. They didn't put they,
That's true.
You got to put your all in this music. We would pay the photographer, the videographer, the engineer. It's a complete package. Once you understand that, you have to treat the art as a child. If you treat the art as a child, you'll understand the importance of it. And if music is important to you, or art, whatever you do, if it's important to you, it will blossom and become
I
successful.
agree. Well, we definitely have to do that.
That's what
Well,
it
I know I
is.
have the audience here, so I do want them to get a chance. Whoever wants to say or ask ESG any questions, I will let you guys have the floor. So if anybody has a question, let me know so I can hand you the mic.
Wow. What?
Yes, sir. My question is, in the music industry, because I've been in it before back in the day, and it went from CDs to vinyls and all this stuff. It's so much easier. Do you think because it's easier, and I think you mentioned the content of the music is not as strong as it used to be, with messages and things that, when the guys used to rap back in the day, they delivered a message.
Right.
Now it's more like, let me give you a beat,
Right.
and hopefully you don't try to listen.
Attention span is so small. You look at social media. A clip on social media is for 60 seconds. So for a person to pay attention, you have to give them something they really want to gravitate to. So a lot of times what people will do is they just say anything or just give you anything without putting their heart into it. And that's what they, want to get the consumer as their product. But when you put your heart and soul in it, it's when you get the greatness out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's there are artists that give you those messages. If you look at the artists who true to themselves, the Kendrick Lamars, the J. Coles, you know what I'm saying? The Lil Waynes, the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, all these people, they never change. They stay true to themselves. And you get to win with that, you know what I'm saying? So you have to put your, it's art, it's artistry, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times people get, they might like a beat or something, but we connected with our fans. And when you connect with your fans, it becomes like a culture, like a cult. It's like culture. Somebody can like you on social media, but they don't know you. But if that fan meets you at a concert and I sign something for them, I give them a T-shirt, I take a picture with them, they learn my birthday, I know them, I mention them, that becomes a connection, you know what I'm saying? That's so much more than just hitting likes,
That's so true. Come on, that's a great thing, because I feel like we do need to make more connections with people.
Of course.
And that's the whole thing with life. Like, we're supposed to make connections with different people every day. We should be impacting. We should be purposeful on everything that we're doing.
For real.
So I know if you don't know, I have a book called Live Fully.
Okay.
And I'm just like interested in just people fully living in what, like, I want to know what that is for them. Like, what is live fully to you? What do you feel like you're fully living in, that you're putting your all into?
My purpose, just finding your purpose in life. A lot of times, as parents, my son, I'm happy for him. He just graduated, 18.
So good.
Bryson.
Yes, that's really good.
But a lot of times, and parents, you be like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And we have to sit back and think. Like, when we was that age, we didn't know exactly what we wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And so many people rushing these kids to make their mind up, make a decision, do this or do that. You have to take your time and find and explore, you know what I'm saying, what you want to be in this world or what you want to be in life, in general. And, that's kind of like with anything that you do, especially with music, whatever it is, you have to really find out what you want to do and what your purpose is. And if you find out that you can help a lot of other people, life becomes great. Me as an artist, when I was young, I used to spend all my money on jewelry. I used to I used to want all the slabs. I want all the cars.
Just everything. Just want to spend.
And a friend of mine the other day, we was talking about this. And he was like, man, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got all these bills. Wow. And I was sitting there, I was like, I eliminated a lot of those bills because I didn't need them. It was just
stuff.
Just stuff to have, just to make the audience feel like it's all about you, live full,
Yeah.
So I'm happy with a few cars, little pieces of jewelry, a few pieces of property. You get to have them. You get to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Your life, you
get to leave something behind, leave a legacy, versus it just being spent.
Yeah.
Well, look, I thank you so much. I got my DJ, Callie Royce, in the building. The beautiful. She want to ask ESG anything.
Yes, of course. I love asking questions. So I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
You've been in the industry so long.
No,
I mean, I'm from H-Town.
I'm new.
/ Cali. Okay. I'm like a Cala Texafornian or whatever you want to call it.
I got something for that.
But I've known about ESG since I've been here. I may have not seen your face when I first got here, but I always heard your name. And when I first saw you, I was just like, oh, that's ESG. Oh, my God. And then you actually followed my page. I was like, oh. I started screaming. Like in my mind, I was like, he just followed me. So for me, that connection that you were talking about, I feel like it's so important because then it made me hold tighter to some of the songs that you have with some of the artists that I already have a rapport with.
Right.
And I was just like, if he here or not, I'm playing his music.
Right.
So how important do you feel is the artist to DJ relationship in the music industry?
I mean, it's real important, you know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of artists would be with major labels and they just send their music out, right? And you get these artists and they get millions of followers. But, they become one-hit wonders. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I've learned and seen is we started so young. So my demographic was 25 and older, like 3 years ago. But with the power of social media and me connecting with my fans and the DJs and the bloggers and, just the tastemakers, my demographic is now 18 and up. Because people are able to see us, through social media, at the events, Being a business being in the industry is a business. It's not just about music. So if you want to be successful in whatever you do, especially in this business, don't just be just an artist, Don't put limitations on your dreams. Don't let people tell you that you can't do this, you can't do that. There's so many avenues and things that people can do. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people always like to say, I've been hearing all this, no new friends. That's dumb.
I hate that.
I agree because you continue to
network
grow.
is your network.
Those friends, when you have those certain friends, they already have a limit on you. They already, people be like, man, I'm down with you on your day one. And you be like, okay, well, let me look at your phone. Have you purchased any of my merchandise?
Did you
have you downloaded my music?
free?
You know, are you really supporting me? Or you just cheering? No.
Yeah.
Expand,
that.
expand. Business, networking.
right.
That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, you know, you used to go to the record stores, meet the DJs, do the in-stores. A lot of people don't do that no more.
Nope.
That's why we are reintroducing that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we definitely need to do that for real.
As a DJ.
Yes, we need to do that.
I re-released Ocean of Funk, which was my first time I done as a kid. 300 pieces, limited. It sold out like within hours because DJs want that.
Yeah.
Vinyl, you know what I'm saying? So we're trying to bring the roots back. Just like people, Levi's will never go out of style. Cadillac will never go out of style. Mercedes-Benz will never go out of style. That pretty hair that women love will never go out of style. Certain things people want, you know what I'm saying? And you just can't get around it. And that's what, you know, that's what authenticity is.
That's right.
ESG.
I like that.
The next quick question that I have, because I know I gotta go back to Jazz. Real quick, for you, I know that you have family, and family's important to you, right? As entertainers in the music industry, and going back to the foundation of what her show is about, just being victorious, how important is it for you to not get consumed in the music industry? How do you separate like your home life and your work life and not allow it to affect your home life? Because I know how consuming this industry can be sometimes.
I mean, it just depends on what you know, what you want out of life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to make decisions, you know, like some people want to stay home and some people want to travel. You know, if the person wants to stay home,
like to travel.
stay home, you know, maybe you guys have to separate. You know what I'm saying? You maybe have to, you know, do different things, you know. If God blesses you with a talent and you're going to sit at home and never use that talent.
Wow.
Why did God bless you with that talent? You know, if God bless you with that talent is to be used.
Come on.
You know, help other people. You know, spread it. Don't have a talent and just go, you know, just go sit at home forever. If you do that, you know, it's a waste of time. So, you know, that's why I'm happy, so happy. My son graduated. Bow. I am able to, you know, I'm able to travel.
Is that
do
the one that
everything,
was
you
in the
know.
music industry as well?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to travel, you know, but he's into, you know, like, you know, he don't know what he gonna do. Like, you know, he is into music, politics, you know, he might go into political science or what he wanna do. I don't know. But I let him make his own decision. You know, a lot of times just because your dad played basketball, if you look at it, there's no great basketball player with a great son that plays basketball or football player, because a lot of times the parents force that child into what their career. You have to let a child blossom. That's why I never used to force my son to put out albums when he was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, people used to always let him be. No, he don't need to be Lil E. He need to be himself. You know, let him blossom and do what he wants to be.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's journey is their own journey. Just
Come
because
on.
your
Yes.
mom
Everybody's
did
journey,
hair,
yes.
don't mean you have to do hair.
That's right,
Your
that's
mom
true.
might have did hair, but you may be the one who creates the perm or the relaxer or the lotion. That's different. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when I tell people, I'm ending with this real fast, don't let people dictate your dreams and your journey.
Yeah.
You know, everybody want to dictate everybody else's journey. You know, everybody want to know what everybody else in their house is doing. Worry about yourself and your dream.
That's
Come
right.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
I like
Don't. That's the problem with our culture.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's the
Worry
problem
about what
with our
everyone
culture.
else is doing.
They worry
Like,
about
focus on you and
everybody
your
else
dream.
doing.
That is, but
your
that
lane.
is how
You know what I'm saying?
the industry is focused though now, because I can wake up in the morning, the first thing I see on Instagram is what Cardi B's day is
Exactly.
about,
It's
what
what
she
everyone's
posted, what
doing.
tattoos she got, or I'm looking at, you know, other people's life, and it's
What
just
they
like in
doing.
your face. That's just what's there. You look on TV, you see nothing but
Reality.
Trump.
Yes.
That's like, sir, give us something else. You know, so like kind of consuming yourself with life balances and making sure that you're
But
doing
it's-
what you got to do
Right.
on your own
It's a-
prior to
And
getting
it's,
into that.
and it's up to you.
That's true.
You can turn the channel.
Yeah, you can.
You feel me? Nobody is
To
forcing
JTV,
you.
you know?
Everybody,
And learn stuff
You know,
to stimulate your mind.
everybody over there might be doing that. the decision is up to you. That's what people have to learn and understand.
They could be
You know what
putting
I'm
it
saying?
there, but it's up to you.
Just because everybody is watching that doesn't mean you have to do
That's
that.
right. That's
Do
true.
you. And that's how you be great. You know what I'm saying?
Be great. Come on, be great.
Yeah, be great. I like that.
Yeah, for
You've been
real.
giving us so much knowledge. Like, it's been like great. Like, I'm getting a whole bunch from you. No limit. I mean, it's just so
Right.
much. Like, just back encouraging, like, to stay focused on your course and your journey.
Right.
So I always ask everyone that I interview their words of wisdom. I'm really big on that. Just wanted to know, like, what actually sticks with people day to day. Like, sometimes people have a quote, sometimes people have a Bible verse, sometimes they have something that their mother, grandmother, someone told them. So I'm just always curious, like, what do you actually live by? What comes to your mind, like, when stuff happens, like, it'll just hit you?
I have nothing that I can say that I live by, because if you live by the same thing, to me, what I've learned, you're not living. You have to learn something new every day.
No, you don't.
You have to. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that say, stick to something. You stick to that. If you stick to that, you'll never know what's out there. And the ones that stick to that are the ones that don't get to create nothing. You want to be the one that creates something. You're gonna work there, eat the same place, go the same way, and go home every day. Why? Because your grandfather did it, because your dad did it. You're not gonna leave a mark. You're gonna be just
Leave
like
a mark.
them. If you want to leave a
Yes.
mark, it's go down that street. They say you can't go down the street. Why? I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go down the street. And then 20, 30 years later, all this is building over there. And the kid come out and say, man, that's the kid that went down that street.
Come on.
Why you went down the street? Because he was fearless. If you're
Oh,
fearless,
yes.
that's what it's all about. You know, don't let nobody dictate. You know,
But I do
that's-
think that, again, our culture and our society teaches us that, because I've heard this saying, you can be a jack of all trades but be a master of one. So if our ancestors or our families is all like, get a job, get one job, get a job. But now it's like, be an entrepreneur, spread your wings, do this, try that. And then I think it's also that scared thing, like, I don't want to fail, or I don't want to be able to pay my bills, or I don't want to be able to do this and
Right.
that. I think that's that fear. So I love that idea of going around that corner, seeing what's
Right,
there. That's
because
amazing.
The only way to build steps to success, the ladder is built on failure. You can't build it on
on,
success. You got to build it on failure.
Oh my gosh, you're speaking today.
If everybody hits the lottery, it's not right. You have to lose to win.
You gotta lose to win.
All the losses that we see are the losses we have to pay attention to and say to ourselves, okay, we lost doing that. How can we make that better? You know, how can we do this? How can we make that better? You cannot be the same. If you're gonna be the same, you're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the same. That's never been me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I am why I am. You know, when I moved to Houston, I didn't have a place in Houston to move to. I moved in a criminal environment to survive for my dream. I didn't come here with a house. I didn't have a family, you know, at that time when I came here. I came here chasing my dream. You know, a lot of times people listen to the wrong things, you know, and those same things that have been talked down have been so wrong, so long. You steady gonna go wrong. You know what I'm saying? You have to try something new. You know, what's wrong? You know, that's just life, you know.
No, that's so true. And I totally am agreeing with everything you're saying, and the fact of you got to continue to grow, continue to try new things, continue to take risk, and be okay with failure if that happens. So I really love that you're putting that out there, like, make sure you're having no limit on yourself. And you can't have no limits if you want to be great, if you want to make your mark.
Right.
So for you to continue to push that almost through every sentence, I mean, it's just like you can't leave. Nobody here can leave without knowing, like, to keep pushing on what that next level is.
For
You
real.
want to say
I
something?
have one question.
Here we go.
In success, I know you work hard to get there, but the question I want to ask you, is it harder to get there or is it harder to stay there?
I never got there.
Okay.
That's my answer. A lot of people around me always ask me, I haven't got there. Once you think you got there, you're not there. See, this is the thing. If you take two people, right, and this is a guy right here, and this, I'm gonna take this guy. This guy, I'm going to give him all the perks in the world. He's not going to work hard no more because he got everything. I've never been given it all. I don't want it all. I want the short end of the stick because the person with the short end of the stick is going to always work harder. If you have everything handed to you, you would never be there. If you look at it, you can look at it. A child who's born with a silver spoon and a child who's born as a survivor. You throw them in the world. Who survives? The survivor. The silver spoon can't survive because it's been given to him. That's life. That's realness. You feel me? Wow. And that's a working person. If there's a person that comes to work and you're going to give him everything he wants, he's not going to work hard. But if I come to work and I don't get that what I want and I want more and more, I'm going to continue to work hard. That's why I don't, that's why I've always been left out. And everything you lose, you find something to gain in it. It's never over. It's never over. The victory is never won. Everybody who thinks they're at the top, you can get slapped down in a second. So many of our greats, you look at them. He was this, he was that. You can fall. It don't matter who you are. You know what I'm saying? So, I've never reached the top. That's how I got to look at life, and you got to look at life like that. If you don't, somebody else gonna slide on top of you.
Oh, fulfilling. Okay. That was great. No. You did so great. I don't even want you to get off the couch. No. I'm like, man, can we continue? So let everybody know what you have coming up that we need to continue to look for.
All right, my social media ESG world. That's what that is. Have a new album, Southside Still Holding, that's coming out. I got so many different artists that I work with. Water World, my boy Sean Solo Jimson dropped that with all the great artists from H-Town that's on that. Young Easy, one of the artists I work with. My son King Bryson, y'all look for him. There's so many people. I got TZ, they write for music. They from San Antonio. They got some of the hardest music out in San Antonio right now. I have my friend, his name is Dewan. He is what you call it? Not Zydeco. What's the other name?
Which one?
They got so many dances out right now.
Like a
bounce?
No. It's like a two-step or soul, whatever it is.
Two-step?
It's just soul. It's just some funky soul. So look for
that, like that.
Because the genre of music is changing. You know what I'm saying? Because trail rides are so fun. People don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like Zydeco and trail ride, that is so fun. So I want y'all to look into that and experience that and see how fun that is. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what it is. And look up Myron Wilson. That's the person I found out about last week. One of the first black men that built so many schools in Texas that a lot of people don't know about. He built like 7, 8 schools in the early 1900s. He was very smart and intelligent. And once we became free as slaves, they said how he was so smart and intelligent, they were like, they couldn't do nothing to him. So he built all these schools, and the schools were segregated. So he built schools for the white kids and the black kids. His name is Myron Wilson, became the best pottery in the world. So you need to look that up, Myron Wilson. I'm leaving out.
Okay, hey, look, let's just put your knowledge. Hey, ESG world.
I'm happy to be here.
Hey, I'm happy. Thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it. And we got to hear his journey to victory. You guys are like right here to JTV Network. I'm your host, Jazmin Anderson. And I got my beautiful DJ, Callie Royce, in the building. And this amazing audience. Thank you guys for just being so great.
I'll be back.
So amazing. Yeah, you definitely got to come back. Look at we're going to have to play the movie, play a little snippet.
Yeah, I got to bring
some of
the actors and actresses here.
Okay.
Thank you. Great show.
Make sure y'all keep it locked. Make sure you guys comment, subscribe, and follow ESG World. And we're out. Hey. Callie got us. Look at Callie.
I got to get you the new swing in the bank.
Let me get some new.